Am I audible? Ravi, am I audible? Hello. Am I audible to everyone? Audience? Can you just comment on online? ऐसे करता हूँ.
வந்தாச்சா?
அண்ணா வணக்கண்ணா.
வணக்கம் 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 வணக்கம். Very happy you have given me an opportunity through video conferencing. I am very happy. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, அண்ணா. Thank you, அண்ணா.
Whether others have joined or not.
Yeah, people have joined.
Okay, can we start?
Yes, அண்ணா.
Okay, okay.
I'll give an introduction first, then we will
Please,
have it.
please. நீங்களும் உட்காருங்க.
Very good evening to everyone. Today is fifth day of 5-day series of webinar of the third series. Today is a very special day for us, particularly every single individual in Gandhigram University, because this webinar is dedicated to Gandhigram University and its journey. When we talk about the journey, in 1946, when Mahatma Gandhi was traveling on a train from Madurai to Salem, he was stopped by the locals at Chinnalapatti village in Gandhigram to get the glimpse of the great visionary leader. While interacting with the local people, Mahatma Gandhi found the need for having an educational institution there to transform the youths of that local area. Inspired by his vision, local people led by Lagumaya Chettiar, Tyagi Lagumaya Chettiar, has donated 207 acres of land to this purpose. Gandhiji's true disciples, Dr. T.S. Sundaram, who belongs to TVS family, and Dr. G. Ramachandran took the lead to establish Gandhigram village. The Gandhigram village was solemnized by Mahatma Gandhi by his visionary words, "Success attains where truth reigns." The journey of Gandhigram Rural Institute has started on 2nd February 1946. It has become later deemed to be university, and now we are all set to become a central university under the Act of Parliament during this winter session. Well, talking about Gandhigram University, we can have a lot of things to say, but there should be appropriate person who can say really what Gandhigram is, from where it has transformed to what. We have our very distinguished guest, Vice Chancellor in charge of Gandhigram Rural Institute, Dr. B. Subburaj. We call him with respect Anna, a very young, dynamic youth who entered Gandhigram Rural Institute as a student and rose to the level of coming to the Vice Chancellor and heading the institution. Now, I feel he is the right blend of man who can say what Gandhigram was and what Gandhigram is today. The journey of Gandhigram Rural Institute. Today, Dr. Subrajanna is going to give us a lecture on rural education, an experiment by GRI and its contribution in transforming rural India. Before getting into the lecture, it is appropriate to introduce Professor Subrajanna. Anna has done his diploma in rural services, that is DRS from Gandhigram Rural Institute, then a PG diploma in Ramakrishna Mission Vidyalaya, Coimbatore, under National Council for Rural Higher Education, New Delhi. He had done his DHED in University of Madras in 1981 and PhD from Gandhigram Rural Institute in 1996. Anna has joined as a lecturer in Department of Cooperation in Gandhigram Rural Institute in 1983 and become senior lecturer, then reader, then professor. He has held many positions in Gandhigram Rural Institute. Many committees were headed by him. He is department head now for Department of Cooperation, chairman of Board of Studies in Gandhigram as well as Tiruvallur University of Vellore, member of Board of Studies in many institutions, UGC Net Center, Bharatiya University, Ramakrishna Vidyalaya, Avinash Lingam Institute of Home Science and Higher Education, Bharati Dasan University Trichy, Tiruvallur University Vellore, Periyar University Salem, Government Arts College Salem, Pellalar Arts and Science College Erode, and KSR School of Management. These are all very few. Dean of Faculty, member of Academic Council in Gandhigram Rural Institute also was held by him. Member of Executive Council of Board of Management, Planning and Monitoring Board of Gandhigram, member of GRI Society, President GRI Staff and Students Cooperative Store, GRI Hostel Management Committee, whatnot. Anna has contributed throughout his life for the development of Gandhigram since he joined this institution, great institution. I welcome Anna, Dr. Subburaj, to deliver his lecture on the journey of Gandhigram. Welcome, Anna. Over to you.
Thank you very much for your introduction. Good, good, good afternoon to everybody. Of course, I feel somewhat hesitant to say good afternoon, good morning, good evening, something like that, because it is a webinar, and here may be good afternoon, and somewhere else may be good morning. Anyway, good day to you, everybody. First of all, I feel very happy for having given me this opportunity. And before sharing my experiences and knowledge, what I gained here in Gandhigram, it is my first and foremost respect I record here is our Chancellor, Dr. K. M. Annamalai sir. Namaskaram sir. And our Registrar, Dr. V.P. Sivakumar, is very young and energetic, and his presence is very obvious for the development of our institute. I welcome him. And very importantly, I must, of course, I hope that our resource persons who have contributed already, particularly Dr. H. K. Chopra, Senior Consultant Cardiologist, Molchand Hospital, New Delhi. Dr. Ashima Srinivastava, Senior Consultant, Clinical Physiologist from New Delhi. Professor Jayasri Suresh, former Dean School of Management, SRM University, Chennai. Sri Shambhu Kumar Das, President and Chief Executive Officer, Interglobal Capital Advisors, New Delhi, and all others, particularly our university faculties, the deans, HODs, directors, and the teaching faculties, my dear participants and viewers across the country. I'm really very happy, sir. It gives me indeed pleasure to share with you today on the topic Rural Education and Experiment by GRI and its contribution in transforming rural India. I have more than 100 pages, but I have no time to share all this. Just a few major features, because I know that if we long for more than 40-45 minutes, everything what will hear may become distort and may not be in our sweet memory. So let me limit to some 30-35 minutes with your permission. Sir, the political freedom owned by our country and the birth of Gandhigram are closely related. And in the invocation address, I used to call Dr. Krishna Kumar as Thambi. He said that it has relevance to our independence freedom. The quest for a model of education suitable for the development of the newly liberated countries like India led to the establishment of new education commission in the year 1949, headed by Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, with other world-level experts. The resulting Gandhiji's ninth link concept is a very wonderful thing, incorporating the experience of three other proven world models such as Folk School of Denmark, then Land Grant University System of USA, and the Sriniketan experiment of Shantiniketan by Rabindranath Tagore. Gandhigram Rural Institute was established in the year 1956 by an ardent disciple of Mahatma Gandhi, beloved Dr. G. Ramachandran. We call him as Mama, and beloved Dr. Soundaram Ramachandran. We call her as beloved Amma. They were closely working with Gandhiji at his Sevagram ashram in Wardha, Maharashtra. When India won independence, Gandhiji asked all his disciples who worked with him at Wardha to go back to their native regions and undertake rural reconstruction activities. The couple, our Mama and Amma, who belonged to southernmost states of India, namely Kerala and Tamil Nadu, or Madurai district in Tamil Nadu, they started a village in the name of Gandhiji called Gandhigram. They were amply supported by a band of social workers drawn from all over the South India. Accordingly, during 1947, Gandhigram promoted a series of activities based on Gandhiji's rural reconstruction experiments initiated during 1936 at Wardha. People in the neighboring rural areas were benefited by basic health care, cottage industries, social welfare, and Gandhiji's Nitram system of functional basic education. All these activities culminated into higher order functions. With regard to education, in the year 1947, most of our people may not be knowing at Gandhigram this. I thank you for the organization of this webinar so that I can communicate to our people here also. In 1947, basic education school was started in Gandhigram, and subsequently in the year 1951, post-basic school was started for the students who have completed 5th standard of under basic education. Post-basic classes were conducted including skill development on spinning, weaving, agriculture, textile processing, printing, tailoring, and other trades. The need for higher education was felt essential immediately after the students who have completed the post-basic classes. At the time, a committee was constituted under the leadership of our beloved Mama Ramachandran, Dr. V. Ramachandran, to draft a report for starting Rural Institute. Fortunately, in the same year 1955, Government of India appointed a committee for the promotion of Rural Institute headed by Dr. Sirimadi. Our beloved Mama, Dr. G. Ramachandran, submitted the report on Rural Institute to Srimadi Committee. The committee recommended the government to start Rural Institute at Gandhigram. As a result, Gandhigram Rural Institute was commenced in August 17th in the year 1956 by our Honorable Dr. Rajendra Pradas. This was the birth of Gandhigram Rural Institute. Already I told about the birth of Gandhigram and the Gandhigram Rural Institute subsequently. The students who have completed 11 years of study at the post-basic school continued their higher education at the institute. Overwhelmed by the magnitude of services by Gandhigram, the neighborhood rural communities donated over 500 acres of land, and Gandhigram Rural Institute was established in an area of 236 acres in the midst of rural communities some 65 years ago. In the beginning, Gandhigram Rural Institute focused on agriculture, rural health, rural industries, basic sciences, and community development. Many of us today may not be knowing that prior to attaining deemed university status in the year 1976, the institute offered only one undergraduate program, namely the Diploma in Rural Services, called DRS, and a PG program, namely Master in Community Development, and two diploma programs, one in agriculture and another one in sanitation and public health. The most important feature of these programs were that every student undergoing these programs were taught a galaxy of subjects, had a liberal education, which includes human values, ethics, public administration, governance system, Indian constitution, fundamental rights, about the society, the development, rural economics, cottage and small scale industries, life science, including physics, chemistry, mathematics, applied research, and statistics, and three languages, the local Tamil, the neighboring language, and the national language. Then fine arts, sports, yoga, and the like, which enabled the students for holistic development, besides empowering them with a special skill and knowledge on the subject he or she has initiated. I just want to list out a few of the major salient features of our educational model. One of the best that we claim as a best practice. One of the best practice was conducting prayer. It is essential in both morning and evening. The institute where we conduct interreligious prayers. Students and staff attend the program prayers compulsorily. After the prayer was over, invited lectures, guest lectures were organized. Say when our beloved Mama was there available in the campus, he used to address the students' gatherings on various topics such as Gandhian thought, history, world, peace science, and disarmament, and many such other current topics. Then spinning was practiced by students and staff. Both the students and staff wore khadi in the campus. It is quite interesting to say that in those days prior to 1976, and at Gandhigram Rural Institute, no sweeper was appointed on regular salary basis. All the works were done by the students. Ramadan is an integral part of Gandhigram Rural Institute. All students participated in Ramadan work, including cleaning campus, classrooms, bathrooms, watering the plant, tree plantation, helping the kitchen, vegetable cutting, serving the food, and other cleaning works, uh, and other cleaning works. So I had the opportunity of doing all the works at the Gandhigram, attending the prayer, wearing khadi, weaving khadi, then doing Ramadan work, everything I personally learned it and enjoyed it. Then we have a mentor system, what we call the Gurukula system. A group of students will be attached with a teacher who was Guru. He will be a friend, philosopher, counselor, guide to the students under him. It was very much useful and appreciated. Now government has been making it an important scheme to bring mentor system at Gandhigram. It is very old one, and I am very firm that no student at the Gandhigram was with distress during his stay here. Then, prior to attaining deemed university status, every student of all program must undergo vocational training. It is one of the any one of the rural industries, such as khadi spinning, weaving, printing press, soap making, oil pressing, paddy processing, paper making, poultry, and other trades. Even today we have it, and this is what the DDUK now are practicing under vocational scheme and program. Then another very interesting thing that we cannot find in any other university is that with a view to give an exposure to students on the parliamentary and legislative practices every month, what is called the Students' Amsapa, Students' Parliament, were organized. Parliament with the ministers will look after the day-to-day affairs of the institute. At the end of every month, Parliament meeting will be conducted. Speaker will be the principal or a professor. The benefits and the way in which it was conducted cannot be explained briefly. Then another dimension of our educational model is that village visit and camp. Villages are the laboratory for our students. Students have to visit periodically to the nearby villages for extension works, Ramadan work, carrying out a survey, data collection for research, awareness creation programs, and to organize literacy programs. It became an integral part of our students' life at GRI. Besides visit to villages, separate program called Village Camp, village placement programs were organized. The students will be placed in selected villages for 7 to 10 days. They would stay in school, balwadis, or maybe attached with the households, one or two with the village farmers field itself, and other public buildings. Each department had its own agenda for village camp based on their discipline. So tree plantation, road farming, chocolate making, solar energy cooking, awareness program on various social issues, and the government programs through cultural programs and conducting campaign, rally, etc. were a few common and general agenda. Camp spirit was created and work together culture was developed among students. Then another very important feature is that in the place of NCC, Gandhigram Rural Institute has its own training program for peacemaking and conflict resolution. Cadre preparation was found essential to create a conflict-free, peaceful society and to motivate students for doing social service and ensure village harmony. Sandhishana concept, carved by Vinoba Bhave under the guidance of Mahatma Gandhi, wherein all our students joined the program as a Sandhi Sainik. And our students were deployed for relief and rehabilitation work during natural calamities and for conflict resolution in villages. Major role, our students played a major role in recent Tamil Nadu tsunami also. The institute had and also has one cultural and fine arts cell under which cultural programs were organized. Many students participated in their own play and enacted in their stage. in the evening of every Saturday, which was declared as a free night in those days. Workshops, drama, and other cultural activities were conducted in collaboration with the National Schools of Drama, New Delhi, and other agencies. The film actors today, we have directors and other technicians who are now in the cine field were our alma maters. The cultural programs were organized both in the camps and in villages during village camp, mainly for awareness creation. Then another thing is extension. Extension being the third dimension of our university, GRA had a special role to play in the field. There was an exclusive department called the Department of Extension, which coordinates all the extension activities of each department. So we have a very good model that we have cluster villages in and around Gandhigram, and in all the cluster villages we have very good link with the Gram Panchayats, and we have the what is called UBA. What is UBA?
Unnat Bharat Abhiyan.
Unnat Bharat
Abhiyan.
Abhiyan. So we have linked up with this UBA Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, and our extension activities are being carried on. And now, because of this COVID and other things, we have another plan of organizing what is called outreach knowledge support centers, through which we want to share our knowledge and skill through online to our villagers. 13 balwadis are running in the villages under the control of GRA. I am proud to say that, our institute was accorded the deemed university status in the year 1976 for its unique educational experiments, and now it has grown today as one amongst the national level premier institution in higher education. During the first accreditation process, the National Assessment and Accreditation Council of India gave 5-star status in the year 2002, A grade in the second cycle in 2010, and A grade during the third cycle 2016. Our institute also play an important position in NIRF ranking. GRA has fully funded by Government of India today through its Ministry of Human Resource Development. Since its inception, GRA is recognized by the government, corporate, and a non-government organization for its contribution to rural development and propagating Gandhian ideals. The institution has close association with Union Government of India as well as State Government of Tamil Nadu. You may be aware that today the institute has 8 schools comprising 16 departments, 12 centers, and offers 26 PG programs, including PG diploma, 12 undergraduate programs, 9 professional programs, and 12 skill-based programs through formal mode. Besides MPhil, PhD, right? Each specializing on agriculture, animal husbandry, cottage and small-scale industries, health and sanitation, village governance, the cooperatives and banking, then education, lifelong learning and adult and continuing education, food and nutrition, rural development and Gandhian thought, appropriate technology and rural housing, green energy and humanities, culture and rural arts. It is surprising to say that the demand for our programs are increasing in a galloping speed. So we have received more than 16,000 applications this year. 16,000 applications, but we admit only less than 1% of students for our course. So we have such a demand, and I think that other universities, colleges do not have for this small type of programs. Over the years, the institute has brought a significant level of socio-economic and cultural and behavioral impact among the rural community through policy applications and action-oriented research. Gandhigram Rural Institute has been actively engaged with certain United Nations organizations such as World Health Organizations, then ILO, then UNICEF, then UNESCO, then United Nations Fund for Population Activities, besides other multilateral development agencies such as World Bank, Gandhigram Rural Institute undertook specific rural development related assignments for each one of them. Government of India's Ministry of Rural Development recognized our institute as an institute for national level monitors to carry out national level monitoring of all central government sponsored rural development schemes and programs in both South India and North India. In addition, the Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation assigned the Gandhigram Rural Institute with the task of monitoring the Swachh Bharat mission launched by our Prime Minister. The Ministry of Panchayat Raj also empaneled our institute as a national level field verification agency for selection of Gram Panchayats performing well in implementing rural development programs. Gandhigram Rural Institute is engaged in three prime functions of teaching, research, and community engagement. Each one of these functions contribute to strengthening the other components. Unlike most other universities, teaching in GRE is not only classroom based but also community based. Teachers take the students to villages and teach rural based problems such as poverty, community participation in local governance, as well as rural area based topics such as land and water resources management by the community. From classroom and community-based learning, now COVID-19 has made education to be more computer-based. Community engagement by the faculties and departments. I just want to say a few examples. For instance, as home science department devised a nutrition package to address malnutrition, and the chemistry department devised a defluorization package to address fluoride problems. Physics department trained village schools to handle electronic equipments in schools and science labs. Energy department educated villagers and farmers on the avoidance of power wastage and the transition to use more of a renewable source of energy. The language department trained the rural school teachers in teaching English, while mathematics department oriented students in learning mathematics all East. Department of Education trained school teachers on the use of emerging teaching methodologies. Department of Agriculture and Animal Husbandry oriented the farmers on the use of organic manure and recent varieties of green fodder, particularly to milk animals. In recent years, Gandhigram Rural Institute, people in rural neighborhood had benefited in a multitude of ways. Socially disadvantaged families received free houses with free sites, and small farmers received credit support through banks for revival of farming. Gandhigram Rural Institute serves as a nodal agent in bringing rural transformation in its villages, which serve as a model for replication. For instances, say Gandhigram also embarked upon project-based support in its neighborhood villages with the help of Ministry of Science and Technology. Government of India established a community biogas plant. The project provided free biogas for working and domestic lighting, besides free cow slurry to farmers. Department of Cooperation organized over 1,000 cooperative farmers into an association. Farmers were enabled to take up all on-farming and off-farming technologies on coconut. GRI provided technical support in the process of growing and strengthening the farming communities. Department of Biology trained adolescent women and members of Women's Self-Help Group in mushroom cultivation. Sponsored by Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, GRE enabled the trained rural women to get subsidized loans from nationalized banks for taking up mushroom cultivation and marketing. Apart from community development activities, GRA built up a strong community-based organizations in villages. Women's self-help groups, youth clubs, farmers association, and the children's group Balar Sabhas were formed in large number. Village planning committees formed by GRA for individual villagers attracted the national attention, currently making of these communities at the district level facilitated an interface to the village. Gandhigram Rural Institute has carried out a niche in rural higher education map of India. Institutions and universities overseas with whom GRA had engaged recognized the significance of our mission on Gandhian ideals lives. GRA is known for imparting higher education to the rural youth by following Gandhian ideologies. The anchoring of GRA in rural settings, imparting of higher education to rural youth, and providing equal importance for classroom learning, community learning, distinguished GRA from other universities. Unlike most other institutions located in urban area, GRA devotedly serves the rural youth from poor families, social downtrodden communities, and the first generation learners. Moreover, 58% of our students are women. GRA follows Gandhian principles in every sphere of its activities and to tone up our students on Gandhian ideals. We have very few such institutions across the country. We stand tall in the galaxy of our Gandhian institutions in the country. We have appealed to the government of India for elevating the present status of GRI as a deemed university into making a central university. We had also tried for becoming an institution of eminence under a special scheme of Government of India. Higher education through community engagement is our motto. We hope to keep moving forward in our journey. And of course, I took a very fast track to explain about the past and the present and what would be the future. So future should be purely technology based. Our rural problems are emerging. When technologies are changing, rural problems will also change. And now COVID has also brought a positive thinking how to reach the people through ICT-based technologies and how to increase access and equity. Our institute should be a hybrid of both high-tech and the Gandhian values. This is what we wish. And it is being a very small institute, but very beautiful, committed human resources are there with very good knowledge and faculty. And our neighbors are very friendly. We have a very good atmosphere and we can bring some models which can be replicated throughout the country, not only that, throughout the world. So I take this opportunity to thank one and all for the patience listening to my talk. I thank the organizer of this program, Dr. S.P. Krishna Kumar, Technical Officer, serving at Delhi, and on our behalf for arranging this program. Thank you very much. I once again thank one and all, particularly the resource persons who support us to bring loom light to our future. So thank you very much, and my best prayers, and I wish your comments and ideals for our future prosperity. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anna. Couple of questions also are there.
Please, I'm very happy.
Uh, Gandhi as an individual is a leader for
Yeah.
everyone, father of our nation. We had developed a lot of students throughout since inception. We have developed, nurtured, and
Yes.
made so many careers. Like I have
Yeah.
seen people coming with barefoot, getting into retirement as secretary, joint secretary, or additional secretary in Government of India. Many other places also. The kind of leadership, blended leadership, what we can call as Gandhian ideology and modern living. With both, we have attracted many students from outside also. A couple of students I can even name. Uh, Dr. Najmal Huda Khan, who came from Bangladesh, studied here, has become information and broadcasting minister at a later stage in Bangladesh. Bose came here as a student. He did his studies and went back. He became a priest. He is now chief of priest in his country.
Yeah, correct.
Philip is there. Philip has come. He has gone under you people only trained him. He has become minister in his country. How is it unique that we from Gurukula? How are we making leaders?
Um, it's a very wonderful question. I'm very happy to share this. See, it is not possible to bring another Gandhi. We can create so many followers. That is,
Very
it is a mindset. And we say that he is a Gandhian in the sense that he is imbibed with the concepts of and ideals of Gandhiji. Say simplicity, honesty, sincerity, hard work, courage, concern for community. These are the values. And if and almost what I say is Gandhians are the first what is called strict taskmasters.
true.
Taskmasters. So that type of behavior change, if we could be able to create among students, youngsters, the country will go automatically up. What we need is the committed, sincere, hardworking, what is called a truthful, such a people are required. And this is what we say as Gandhian ideals. Okay. And Gandhigram, say if you just come and make a visit to our Gandhigram Institute, our students are unique, exactly, and they are different from other students from other universities. They are very hardworking, very sincere, and from first generations, their scores are high, and the lives are also very happy. And we have so many feedback from our students for the past 1 or 2 decades. All feel happy, and none of our students become futile in their life. Futile, you know what is futile?
Yes.
So this is what. So when we become self-contempt, self-reliance, and self-satisfaction, that takes the man to the heights, not any other thing. This is what we teach. And this should be one of the indicators of Gandhigram University's product features.
Fantastic.
I think, yeah.
Great, Anna. There is one more question.
Please, I'm very happy.
Our chancellor, during his first visit to Gandhigram Rural Institute,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
felt very personally that Gandhigram is a karma bhumi,
yeah,
and you, as an individual, has worked under leaders like Dr. G. Ramachandran, Amma, Dr. T. S. Saundram, V. Krishnamurti Anna, Rajagopalan Anna, uh,
yeah,
Kausalya Devi Amma, and you have even today,
yeah, yeah.
you people have been groomed up by them. What is your
Yeah.
message to your youths, Anna, as a group?
Gandhigram is not karma bhumi, it is punya bhumi.
Punya Bhumi.
Punya bhumi. Gone are those days, and still their thoughts and their teachings are just drilling our ears when we sit in tranquil situations. And here, our people, our founder directors were very, very poor. You may not be knowing, they never had money at all while organizing this institute. The neighboring villagers came with food, grains, everything, and with the support of the villagers, the institution grew. And most of our teachers never received a salary, and they were asked to get their, rice, oil, and pulses, things from a cooperative society, and also the rural industries, what we had in those days. And most of our teachers of course, get benefited out of material things and not on money. They never saw money also. So such contributions and sacrifice, our institute has grown to this level. And therefore, we call this as a Punya Bhumi. Whoever comes to this institute should prostrate before this soil and then get imbibed with its originality so that they can contribute a lot. And I know personally that those who come to the institution with that perception alone can contribute, and nobody cannot contribute. Okay.
That's really a great one, Anna. The last question. Gandhigram Institute or Gandhigram Village was there in
In
50s,
our, yeah,
50s, which was
yeah,
led by two different wing. One is into education, and one was into rural development. The Gandhigram Trust was headed by Anna Patnaban. It was supported
no,
by V. Krishnamurti Anna, Rajagopalan Anna, and Kausalya Amma, all them. How it coexisted. Those two
okay.
different functions. How did
So,
it coexisted?
so I have been asked to say about education. Therefore, I concentrate on this aspect. Two more things are there. When our revered Mama and Amma established the Gandhigram in the year 1947, I mean, before 1956, Gandhigram was established, wherein Amma was concentrating on women's education, women empowerment, rural health. Basically, Amma was a MBBS doctor, and she suffered a lot. And I need not discuss about Amma's agony and problems. So she never wanted to see such problems, what she faced in her life, and took it as a motto to solve all the problems, particularly women related, family health, then what is called women empowerment, and child care. And therefore, Amma's focus was on establishing an institute of health and sanitation. That is one way. And it has a very good hospital also, Kasturba Hospital. Now is very famous. And in those days, it was the national pioneer in promoting what is tubectomy and what is called tubectomy and tubectomy, family planning. Yeah, vasectomy and tubectomy. That is one side. Then another aspect is, say there is a trust which is said to be more or less product manufacturing, diversification, and entrepreneurial development oriented type of activities. That trust concentrated on rural industries, say production of khadi cloth, then the oil, then pulses, then what is called paper printing, tailoring. Likewise, this is one type of production oriented cottage and village industries are oriented activities. Then the third dimension is our Gandhigram Rural Institute concentrating on higher education, aiming at developing human resources capable of managing the rural problems through teaching, research, and extension. So these are the three dimensions of our Gandhigram, and Gandhigram Rural Institute is part and parcel of it. This is what just I want to share. Like,
Someone who is
and
into
of course, uh, say when time changes, uh, what happened because of its unique nature of education system, Gandhigram Rural Institute was accorded deemed university status. And of course, prior to according deemed university status, there were 14 rural institutes in India. Of course, all other institutes have got affiliation with the neighboring universities, and the Gandhigram Rural Institute with but very difficulties without pay, with turmoil, with loss and everything, stood and and overcome that problem and got its status. Now it stands on its own head and aiming at bringing the dreams true of our founders. Thank you.
That is truly commendable, Anna. It is need not to say that Gandhian values are imbibed in you. You have been a student and you have become a leader and you are heading
And
this.
I said that it is a Punya Bhumi, wherein, of course, I had my education in villages, not in California or some other place, a rural community. I came here and immersed with the Gandhigram, what is called systems. Then this was also further accepted by Sri Ramakrishna Mission at Coimbatore. Both our beloved Mama and our beloved Avanashikam Chettiar were close and Gandhian disciples. And with this character, again I got an opportunity to serve here. And almost the entire, what is called, Janma is over in the soil of Gandhigram. I am very happy. I am very much happy with my Janma, and I could be able to contribute something to our education institution, to the societies. Wherever I go, I see true Gandhian oriented students. That is very, our people are very hardworking, very adjustable. If you place our students in the desert, they will survive. If you place our students in five-star hotel, they will survive. If you place our students in rural settings, they will survive. They will be happy. And they know adjustability, which is lacking among so many youths in India. Thank you very much.
What is your message, Anna, for the rural youths?
Rural youths. I did not give any message. We want to bring what is called um, attitudinal change. That is very, very important. If you say that you have everything, you have. If you say that you do not have anything, definitely you do not have. So everything is within. And how to develop the within to bring satisfaction, and how to blend Gandhianism and the our religious preachings. These are the things to be imbibed with our Gandhigram. Say people need not go for any other situations. They can do wonders and they can overcome all blunders. This is what I just give a message to our youth.
Fantastic.
And we firmly believe that our youth are more caliber, more talented than any other individual elsewhere in the country. This we must realize, and they must be properly motivated, directed, and they must be seen positively so that we can bring every human individual into a human resource. Our institute has a much role to play in this regard. Thank you very much.
Really, it was a very wonderful evening, Anna, to have you in this webinar to talk about Gandhigram Rural Institute deemed to be university, which is the institution from which we are running this webinar series also. Truly, it has gone international within a short span of time, thanks to our contributors from abroad, those who are our alumni. Gandhigram Rural Institute is a very great institute to visit, to study, like Shantiniketan or any other institutions in the country. It has pioneered in many things. It was really great to have you in this evening to talk about Gandhigram Rural Institute, who happened to be a student to lead this institution. I'm coming to a formal conclusion. Anna. The rural education and experiment by GRI and its contribution in transforming rural India was very well narrated by you with Gandhigram experience, and this will be very informative for people, those who don't have visited, those who have not visited Gandhigram Rural
Not
Institute.
hesitate.
And I'm sure that it will inspire people to come down to Gandhigram Rural Institute to see the
Yeah,
institution and have their kids or they themselves
yeah,
can study and serve this country. It's very precious time you have given amidst of your very busy schedule uh, every day. This webinar is benefited by your presence. I
thank you
thank you
very
very
much.
much, Anna. We will come and discuss in different subjects again and again. Jai Hind.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.